Well, hello, everyone, and welcome to my channel. Lorena Creole, and of course, this is the Resort Recon Live podcast. This is my in studio show that I have with myself and with some of my fellow theme park aficionados, where we give you tips, tricks, hacks, intelligence when it comes to visiting various theme parks, although I mainly focus on the Central Florida theme parks like Disney, Universal, Deezerland, Gatorland, all of that. But we also talk about other theme parks as well. But in this specific show, we are going to be talking about beating the heat down here in the summer. This is quite possibly the number one theme park hack that you can have down here, especially considering how many, and I say this with all due respect. I have seen a lot of Kentucky Fried Europeans rolling through the Target near where I live because my particular bedroom community, okay, they do not have Airbnbs. Like, no, no Airbnbs, no Waymos, none of that. So it's kind of protected. However, across the street, is where there's quite a few Airbnbs, Verbos, all of that. And you can always tell who they are. They're walking through Target, dazed, sunburned, and confused. And you just feel so bad. And these are usually the first time tourists that get there. Because the Europeans who are used to visiting here, they know the deal. And they actually know their way their way around Target, but the heat is no joke here. We're actually going to talk about that and how to beat the heat, and not only how to beat the heat, but also do it on a budget as well. Because on this show, we are trying to save you guys money and time and your sanity as much as we possibly can. So I see you guys starting to filter in between YouTube and X, whether it be on my channel or my panelist channel. And speaking of my panelists, I've got two of them back there so far. We have got Erica from Hanging with Erica and Roth, and we have got Ron from Follow the Bradley Spud. How are you guys doing today?
I'm
Okay.
alive.
Yes, it is that time of the year where, just like in Super Mario, the sun is trying to kill you. And if you think that we are making this up, okay, AccuWeather is your friend. Interestingly enough, Disney has actually put a widget for AccuWeather into my Disney experience. I highly suggest just having the AccuWeather app separately, like I have for years. It is 83 degrees Fahrenheit.
Hmm.
Real feel is 96 degrees Fahrenheit. That difference is called the heat index. And let's see, for our Europeans who are just like, I don't know what the heck that is. I want to know what that is in metric, just to entertain you folks. I'm an engineer. I do use a metric system only when I have to. I don't use it regularly. 30 degrees Celsius, which seems to be the melting point for most for most Europeans, it feels like 37. Uh, Australians are not even blinking at this. Y'all know what the deal is, but this is how it is. It is not a one off whatsoever. Welcome to summer in Florida. Not
Do,
going away till September.
do. I was told before I ever moved here, I was told that there are only two seasons in Florida. Over the what normal people would call the winter, that's about December, January, February, March. That would be heaven, and the other season is hell. The other 8 months of the year. So,
That's funny.
that's it.
Pretty
That's all you get.
pretty much. It's like people ask what's the weather like in LA. There's only two kinds of weather, hot and wet and dry. That's just it. Wet and dry. Going to Florida in summer is like going south of hell. What's the point? But when your family doesn't have a whole lot of money, guess which time of year we're going down to Florida?
Yeah.
Yes, this summer. That is when we are going. So, folks, welcome to Jumanji, aka Florida. But don't worry, we're gonna get you to it. So let's see who we've got here in the chat. We have got Keely Chow who says, "Hey everybody, good morning from Huntsville, Alabama." Huntsville, which I associate with Stennis Space Center, and where you used to be able to go to space camp. I think they've changed that now. I'm still sore. I didn't get a chance to go to space camp because my parents couldn't afford to send me, even though I had the recommendations from my science teachers to go. We have got Dylan Soup in the chat. Says, "Hey Lorena, sup chat? Good seeing you. Good seeing you. Good seeing you." And let's see, we have got Mr. Dark Ace 28. Hello and welcome. So there are button inputs to use to beat the heat like cheat codes. Up, down, left, right, BA start to have a giant coconut water beverage in inventory. I gotta laugh because if you've ever seen my live streams in the summer, we're going left, right, in this shop, in the back, over to the side. I'm like, we're not shopping. I need to cool off my phone. That is another thing.
Oh, that's true.
Okay?
Yeah.
Yeah. It is no joke. You need to have and not your case. Your case will actually trap heat on your phone. I found this out the hard way. So if you're out there, your phone will overheat.
It's fun watching the live streamers who live stream all the time in the parks. Like they have the $200 reflective umbrella thing above there. Then they got like a little case thing above their phone. They got three phones on one gimbal, and they got like a whole big backpack. They got somebody else. It's like, they talk about live streaming in the parks, and it's so funny to me because I mean, there's different ways to do it, obviously, but you can always tell the people that live stream all the time. It's like, yeah, they do have about $1,200 to $2,500 worth of equipment on them, and they have the special backpack with the extra Wi-Fi, finding all the different Wi-Fi places. It's pretty funny. So, I do understand because I see it in chats a lot of times where people are like, well, if they could just get rid of those darn live streamers, and I'm like, well, there are some of us when we're live streaming, we try to make sure we don't get in anybody's way, and we turn our screens down when we're in shows, and we're very respectful. And the challenge, of course, with rules is when you do set a rule, it has to be, or it's supposed to be, followed by everybody equally, and that's a difficult thing to do to set it. You can't be like, dear live streamers, your rule is, can you be respectful in the following ways?
Can you not have all of your 3 to 5 phones in my family space? Do you have to be at the front with your gimbal and the phone, disturbing the whole vibe? You have a lot of streamers who just do not care. And then you have streamers like Ron and myself. And if you've seen our live streams, you've actually seen us do stuff like, okay, can we sit in the back? Okay, we're going on this attraction. You're not going to hear me give any commentary unless the ride breaks down, and then
it's a different situation.
3 times in the Haunted Mansion, so much so that it's a game. How many times are we going to break down when when we're in it? Like, I've had people come up to me to ask me questions, about the park, and I will stop what I'm doing. They're like, no, we don't mean to interrupt. It's like, that's okay. They can wait. What question? What question do you have? They'll ask you questions about the park. Some people will actually apologize for getting in your shot. And I'm just like, please do not apologize. Behave as you would normally behave, because a good live streamer is about preserving the experience that you see. People behaving exactly as they do at the parks. You're kind of
Yep.
filling in, you're filling in the blanks and stuff like that. So people can kind of enjoy what's going on, like you're not trying to get in the front for the parade. Unless I have had my spot there for over 45 minutes, I will clothesline you if you try to jump in front of me. You and your kids. Seriously. I mean, I have no problem if somebody asks, hey, can my child come up here and watch? I don't mind if people ask me. Then I will make room. But don't presume that and try to like get in front of me. I just, that's not gonna work. But anyway. Hey, Sonia, good to see you here and here with the chat. I sure do appreciate that, my dear. I hope you're doing well. I'm doing great this morning on a panel talking theme parks with my friends. Got my Stanley. Yet another thing. You're gonna need one of these.
And for the record, for those people that are wondering, that does not clean carpet.
Yes, not Stanley steamer.
Not the Stanley steamer.
Not Stanley steamer. It's the thermos that Pop used to take to work with them, at the at the machine shop.
I'm old school. I still have my old thermos with the plastic screw off cap.
Mm-hmm.
Goes inside a lunchbox.
With the what was the stainless steel lunchbox.
Yeah.
How to beat the Floridian heat. Find an ice skating rink and learn to love hockey/ice skating. Why do you think we have so many Canadians that play for our teams down here? It's a thing. And in Miami, I think they have every year they have like I don't know, like the Florida teams versus like the New Jersey Devils. It's one of the New York teams. It's like a big thing in South Florida when they have it. But yeah.
Lorena, do you know where the ice skating rink is? Because I do.
I do not. I've heard of it.
So yeah, between Kissimmee and St. Cloud, there is an ice skating rink. If you're driving down 192, I can't remember which road it's off of, but I know exactly where it is. It's one of the. Once you know your way around Florida, you forget the names of roads. You just
do because it's just like I know how to drive there, but I couldn't tell you which road exactly it is. I just know where to turn. You got Erica in the chat, and yes, AccuWeather and NOAA are elite weather predictors. I am partial to AccuWeather just because I've gone to college with actual meteorologists who work at AccuWeather. As a matter of fact, one of my professors who also worked for AccuWeather was just like, newscast, the weather people, they're actors. They don't do anything without us. I will say Channel 6 News in Philly always said an AccuWeather report. So they always said, basically, we got the weatherman doing the show, but then we actually have the actual real report. Wild Man of Yavin, hello, says this guy. I sat down and dang, of course this guy's live. I got ish to do. Love you, Ron. O2RR telling Wild Man of Yavin hello on a rare Saturday stream. Yeah, this show is kind of like ad hoc when there's news to let you guys know, and it's really, frankly, God bless those of you who are out there, but it's too freaking hot this time of year to like live stream during the day. It's just that's not gonna work. So we're all in here. Yes, thank you. TBV Coach Ron says, click the like button. Of course,
that's still me, by the way. That's still me.
We got the Bud Files. Morning, people. Good seeing you there. We've got Sarah Rust as well, who says, hi, guys. Hey there and hello. Hello. Troy Gustafson. What do you know? I randomly opened up YouTube this morning and there's Ron. Yeah, we all do this simulcast, stream. Shout out, streams to our other panelists. Rising tide lifts all boats, so we like to share all of that. We've got Double A. Yes. This is Hail the Reina Creole. Over here in New York, it's hot, sticky, and disgusting. Yeah, in the
Mm.
summer, there really is not that much of a difference between hot, nasty, humid, um, Philadelphia, New York, Washington D.C. It's just a
Yeah.
haze that sticks over. It's
Mhm.
just that Florida is hotter and the sun is way more intense, and there's nothing like riding in the family truckster from Philadelphia or any place in the Northeast down to Orlando on I-95. It's freezing in the car. You stop, you get out, and it's like, goodness, I'm gonna go back in the car. Jared Markham, 7300 says, my mom and I are going to tell me what this November. Then in April 2027, my dad and I are flying down through Orlando for Epic and the other two Universal parks. Epic is freaking awesome. It's still awesome. It's still absolutely freaking awesome. And it's going to be even more so when you're allowed to basically enjoy Celestial Park without any admission requirements. And they've been using the facial recognition to get to the portals, but it is Celestial Park is freaking awesome. It is an actual park. Remember the park concept in theme
Mhm.
parks?
Yep.
I mean,
I mean, they kind of did that at Epcot. It's more like a quad in college at a community college,
I wouldn't
but
even insult community colleges.
I mean, it's look,
Oh.
if somebody blindfolded you and they dropped you off at Epcot what was it called, World Celebration, and then they
Mm.
blindfolded you and dropped you off at Valencia, you probably wouldn't know the difference.
Except Valencia has better cover.
That's
They
true.
know
That's
nobody's
absolutely
staying
true.
outside. And they've got campus sandhill cranes. My gosh, you want to
Mm.
talk about where sandhill cranes on the regular are aggravating and annoying and pompous, but campus sandhill cranes,
Oh,
crazy,
don't be
absolutely
mean to the
crazy.
sand hills. They're like having a big bird walk around.
Kiss my grits, how to beat the Florida heat in Florida. Crank your AC down to 65.
Yeah.
Ooh, Lord, I'm really freezing. I keep mine at 72. Get a Ralph Lauren plush mink blanket. I've seen those at Marshall's so much. They're wonderful. Curl up on the couch with a glass of iced tea. Dude, you got
Yep.
it. Oh, you so got it. Freedom Seeker, hot and windy and dry here in Vegas. Uh, I miss Vegas. It's been a while since I've been to Vegas. John the Beagle Dad is here. Says, hey guys, good afternoon. And let's see, here in Southeast PA, yeah, to feel like you're the water park. Yeah, because in PA
Mm.
we would go to Dorney Park, which is the training park for Walt Disney World.
Oh my gosh.
That's what we would do because we're not really trying to go to Six Flags Great Adventure, but yeah, you go to Dorney Park, which has been there for like over 100 years. That's like where they'd have like the senior trips, the school trips,
Mm.
the company barbecue, picnic, stuff like that. It's like this little Pennsylvania park, and it's just when you couldn't go to Disney or before you go to Disney, yeah, that's the one that you went that you basically trained at, so to speak. So let's go ahead and get started with a little bit of park news. So over there at Universal Orlando, of course, they are building the Fast and the Furious Hollywood Drift coaster. Now, there's one that's active right now that they put over in Hollywood, but this is the one that's coming to Universal Orlando. They've taken down the Rip Ride Rocket, which is one of the most boring coasters I've been on. You guys let me know your experience
Not
with
the
Rip Ride
not the first
Rocket.
part of it.
Well, that's like the only thing. It's just like after that, it's kind of like,
Yeah.
okay, what now? And not only that, but when the temperature would drop, and I don't know who thought this was a good idea. When the temperature would drop in Orlando, which it would have, sometimes the temperature does drop below freezing, the rails would expand and the ride was inoperable. So it did not take that into account that, Florida does, freeze. I guess kind of like where Burbank does not take into account that we get hot, nasty, sticky weather here in Florida, which can affect certain electronics. Go see Tiana's broccoli adventure. But anyway, BioReconstruct, who's always doing God's work out there in the parks and flyovers and everything, is has some pictures here of the construction that's going on. That actually looks cute with the with the minions. I'm looking forward to this roller coaster replacing that god awful Fast and the Furious supercharged experience. If you really hate people, send them over there.
It's
have you guys been on that one?
so misnamed. It's so misnamed because it's not Fast or Furious. It's stationary,
No.
and it's just like it's all fake.
I don't know who thought that was a good idea. Kind of like you're in a box and there's screens. It was bad enough that they took out the really, really cool um, King Kong ride. Remember the one that you were going through New York and it was like an elevated train? It was really cool. And then they replaced it with, Skull Island, which, man, that ride sucked. But it was still slightly better than the Fast and Furious Supercharged, but it all freaking sucked. It just totally sucked.
Although, to be honest with you, I was really, really hoping, and I think that even if it were the same coaster, you could still do the theme. I was kind of hoping it would be themed to Ghostbusters, but
That's what I was hoping
just
for
to give it a
too.
different, just to give it a different theme than
Yeah.
Fast and Furious, because it goes through like those areas, and they could have had it come out the Ghostbuster firehouse that they use.
Yeah.
But and I think that they honestly, even though with the cars doing what they do, I feel like it really could have been Ghostbusters themed, even with the exact same track layout, whatever, just because of ghost haunting your cars or whatever would make them do weird things. Kind of like, I don't know. I'm okay with it. Like I think it's going to be a great coaster. Don't get me wrong. It's because I'm not a Fast and Furious fan. I literally don't care about that franchise whatsoever. Plus, isn't that franchise kind of on the outs at this point in time?
On the
It just
fritz.
seems like it's. I know Ghostbusters is old, but it's different because Ghostbusters gives you the nostalgia if you go back to the first series of movies, not necessarily the new ones, which I actually still like the new ones, but
Well,
whatever.
for Fast and the Furious, the thing is, and this is what I realized, worldwide, it's a huge franchise. That's the thing. It's like, US is kind of like, okay, it's there, but all right. But the reason that the Fast and Furious franchise keeps making money is because of the international audience. So, plus, they basically they have the coaster in Hollywood. It's like, okay, duplicate the coaster, drop it on over there in Orlando. Nobody likes Rip Ride Rocket anyway in the first place. Shut down Supercharged, and we'll find something else to
also didn't Rip Ride Rocket originally get destroyed somewhere around, I feel like it was like 2015 or 2016? I thought it was completely destroyed in the Sharknado that happened. I
thought so too, but unfortunately not. You got to watch Sharknado 3. If you love Universal Orlando, you got to watch Sharknado 3.
It's so funny.
Shot at
I don't think you lived here back then, Lorena, but I was living here, and I'm like, to this day, that's one of my regrets is not being in that film, because they basically just said, people show up and you'll be an extra in this. And I'm like, oh, I could have shown up. I could have been an extra in Sharknado. That would have been cool.
That is the peak Sharknado movie, and I love it. It's shot at Universal, the Studios Park, and also Cabana Bay.
Yeah,
Oh my God.
they did a lot of scenes. No, I remember when they were shooting in Cabana Bay because the the news coverage was there, and
Hmm.
what's the girl's name? They had a lot of shots. They had like a lot of photographs with the blonde, whatever her name is.
Bo
That's
Derek was there, and
Bo. Yeah,
oh
Bo
my
Derek was there too.
gosh,
Yeah.
oh, Jenny Garth, I think. Yeah,
It's not. No,
yeah,
Jenny Garth is the other 902 one. Although she could have been in the movie,
yeah. She
but
was in
then
the
it
movie.
was the one from
Was
Tara.
she there?
What is her name?
Tara Reid.
Oh, sorry, Tara
Tara
Reid.
Reid.
Yeah, Tara Reid.
Yeah.
Tara
Thank you.
Reid. Yeah.
Thank you. Sorry, I got my blinds mixed up.
But it's such.
It's hard to do.
I love the Sharknado because it doesn't pretend to be what it's not, and it's so cheesy and it's
No.
so funny. And the funny thing about Sharknado is when you watch it now, you're like, oh, their CGI was so bad, it's the equivalent of current Marvel.
Oh my gosh.
I wouldn't even insult if I compared it to it was Sharknado. I use that as an example. It's like if you think your idea isn't all that great, remember somebody came up with the idea of said, let's have a movie about tornadoes with sharks in it. And it was so bad that it was good. And it was just like a cult following to the point where everybody wanted to freaking be in the movie. But Troy Gustafson says the director of Sharknado is from my hometown. We have crossed paths a few times. That is so cool because I'm telling you, Sharknado, I love that series so much.
Isn't the one with Universal also the one where Mark Cuban is the president
yes.
of the United States?
Yes. Yes, he is.
They're giving him guns and stuff, and it's so funny. It's just like, oh my gosh. Honestly, how cool where Twister used to be? I think it's Jimmy Fallon now. I think that's where they put Jimmy Fallon is where Twister used to be.
It used to be Twister.
Mm-hmm. That they should change that. Get rid of Jimmy Fallon and turn it into Sharknado and the experience. That would be awesome.
I would so be there. I would so be there for that. Some of y'all just don't understand exactly just how much of a non-pretentious, fun movie the Sharknado series is, and especially Sharknado 3. That's all.
Yeah, that's so funny. It's just hilarious.
But let's see. Let's move from really quick. I'm going to show you guys this over here.
Do we have any idea what they're doing with because there is a shutter date for Fast and Furious, like the crap spirit, and the one. Do we know what they're doing? Is there any word, or is it just like, hey, we're not talking, but we're going to do something with it?
Universal, they don't talk about it, and then it's there in plain sight, and they still won't talk about it. Like with the Velocicoaster, it's like we say it, and Universal's like, I don't know what you're talking about. And then the next thing you know, boom, guess what? We're opening this new ride up, and that's what they wind up doing. And
what would be really, really cool if they did with that space is if they tore down the building and used the space to create, I don't know, maybe like an iconic American Rivers area that had like an island representing Huffington, and maybe a giant riverboat would be there. That'd be cool.
That's true. That is true. Well, this is what I was talking about the open hub. So the idea is, and of course, this is the entrance when you go into Epic Universe. You walk in, and of course, there's this amazing like park where they have, and where Celestial Park is. It looks like they cut through that part a little bit. So yeah, ticketed park guests only. There's like facial recognition, but you would be able to stroll through Celestial Park, which is literally the recreation of a Victorian era style pleasure garden. Think of like pretty much Main Street, USA. And I swear they did this. They did this on purpose. Everything is like turn of the century, the same like lighting that they have going on. It's the same hub and spoke design like at Magic Kingdom, where the hub is basically Celestial Park, and there are these portals. It's like the landscape so well that you can't tell where these portals are really unless you look up and see where the toppers are. Like for Ministry of Magic, there's like a hand holding a wand. Super Nintendo World, of course, it's got like all the colors and everything. Dark Universe, it's got that crazy looking, creepy spire that's up there. So what they've been doing is they have these facial recognition where it will, look at your face, determine if you have a ticket or not, and let you through. They already have it at the front when you go into the park. Because the last time that I did, they basically scanned my face. I didn't have to use a ticket on my phone. They just scanned my face, saw who I was. Yeah, you have a ticket. Okay, and they'll let you through. So it's like a seamless way to let people through the other portals, because that's where all the big rides and attractions and stuff are. But in the garden, there's like the gift shops. There's places to eat. Like one of my favorites, the Blue Dragon. God, that's freaking awesome.
I've heard it's so good. I can't wait to go there.
It is so good. Even just walking in there, I can't even. Yeah, I can. You guys remember the Yak and Yeti restaurant?
Yeah, worked
yes, which I've never been. I always opt for something else.
Not only did I work there, but somebody that worked at the Blue Dragon, who I worked with at Yak and Yeti, that's probably what he got a job at the Blue Dragon. He's not there now, but I don't think he worked there very long. This guy works at lots of different places as a server, but yeah, it's what I've heard is it's almost like Yak and Yeti, but even elevated from that.
That is exactly it. When you walk in, and I think I showed this on another stream, because I showed some video. Outside at night, there are all these umbrellas over the patios that are like neon, lit up in neon. The dragon outside is lit up in neon. You walk inside, all these crazy neon signs. To the right is like the tiger bar that has like a neon tiger that's in it. And when you walk into the restaurant, it looks like you are outdoors somewhere in Asia. And I've made this connection because Comcast is headquartered in Philadelphia. And Dylan probably knows where I'm going with this. If you've ever been to the restaurant called Budokan, inside of the Blue Dragon is exactly what it looks like in Budokan. It looks like you're outdoors somewhere in Asia. There's like all these different little patios. There's like a bridge that you walk over. It's something that you have to literally see. Let me see if I can bring it up here. Budokan, which I've been to several times. It's like an addiction. That's Budokan. That's Budokan in Philly. This one is a bit more kind of like the upscale restaurant. The one in Atlantic City looks like they ripped it out of Pirates of the Caribbean at World's End. Because of just because of how it looks. It's so over the top on the inside. That is absolutely crazy. Let me see if I can try to find Budokan. Where's the one in Atlantic City? Tag on it. Okay, they're not showing me that one. There's a one in.
Does it feel to you like Epic Universe was also built in a way that it could cater to conventions and groups? Because it feels to me with Epic Universe, when I've been there, the way that it was built not only caters very well to families and just people that are enjoying their just for vacations, but also it's built in such a way that, for example, the Blue Dragon, I mean, that is such a great like restaurant where I could see corporations or entities renting it out for special events or meetings or whatever. The whole thing, it just and of course you're very, very close to the Orlando Convention Center, so it just kind of makes sense that the location of Epic Universe being right there, basically across, like there's an entrance across from the Orlando Convention Center. It's so well done, and I can't wait until the 4th of July, because it's so close to SeaWorld that from my house, I'm going to get a great fireworks show just watching from the porch.
I saw that last year where I was at SeaWorld for 4th of July. I'm like, wait a minute. Are those fireworks from Epic Universe?
Yeah,
So
because they're
that's what
very
managed
close.
to catch them. Well, 02RR, thank you so much for that super chat. Let me hit you with one of our favorite clips here on the channel.
This is pathetic.
Yeah.
Join in, folks. It's yodeling time.
Here at Blister's Elephant green screen effect.
Thank you so much. That will never go away. That will never.
I love it.
I freaking love it. I can't believe they took it off of X, but don't worry, we saved it here to forever use it. To remind you folks exactly how much of a unnecessary change that was. Let's see. I've shared with other panelists on their stream that I don't like the open hub. Celestial Park is still very much part of the overall experience. Yeah, some people don't like the open hub. I can kind of take it or leave it, but in a way, I really like it for this park just because they basically one up Disney and made it very blatant that they were one upping Disney with this. And yeah, Celestial Park is very much part of the experience. This water fountain here is absolutely, not only is it amazing, you cool off so well here. There's benches, there's AstroTurf. Wait, no, it is real grass. Places
is
to
that a rainbow
relax.
in the background?
That's a rainbow,
That's
and
so
that is the Celestial Carousel, which is the coolest freaking carousel I've ever been on. It's insane. It's so cool, especially at night, and then ride it, especially during the water show, because there's other fountains, like mini fountains, that are around the Celestial Carousel that are synced in time with the color and everything around it. It is that's the only carousel where I've always consistently seen a long line, and the lines get longer at night.
Yeah.
It's so beautiful.
That's when I want to ride.
So
It's at night.
ride. It's so fun to ride. It's like it's such a different type of experience. Like because so as the carousel's going around, you're also on there. I think there's 3 separate circular platforms on the carousel, and that's moving around as well. And then your own thing is moving around, and every single I guess you call them ride vehicles, even though they're not horses, they're different animals, but every single one seats at least 2 people. And I think there's some that seat more. So
they do. That one wasn't open last time when the park first opened, and it was like a cross between a peacock and a swan, and it had like 4 people. It had like a bench in the front and a bench in the back, and it looked really, really cool.
Aren't they supposed to depict like the constellations, the animal constellations in the sky? I think that's what it is. And then when you look up in the carousel, you see the constellations.
It is. I can't.
And the music is amazing. And if you've been to Epic, you totally understand why they're hesitant to release annual passes right now, because it would be a field day, and there's no way to let everybody wants an annual pass to Epic. Everybody in Orlando wants an annual pass to Epic. There will be people scraping to get, and they can be overpriced, and people will still be buying them because that's the park that people will want to go to. And it will be bad for Disney, so bad for Disney when Epic does open annual passes, especially if they allow some live streamers in there, because that's where you'd live stream for them. Like I can just see just a flood of Disney streamers going over there.
I would, because like I said, I've live streamed from over there, and the fact that Universal can charge its pass holders for tickets into this park and get the money. It's not a matter of, do you want, it's like, shut up and take my money so I can go, back into this park. And yeah, once they open up annual passes, that's when the floodgates are going to open. So I don't think they're in a rush to do it. And in a way, I
Yeah.
kind of like it because they've let the price kind of control. Well, the crowds are deceptive because in the morning, there's one of two places. This is like how the crowds go. You're either going to the left to Super Nintendo World, and they have actually put the kiosk outside the park where you can buy the power up bands. So you don't jack up the lines inside the park, or you're going to Ministry of Magic. And that's literally how the two go. And they're so good at the landscaping to, like, it's like, where the heck is the portals? You don't see the amount of people until you get into the portal, and then you see all these people. It's just it's crazy. Wild Man of Yavin just gifted 5 Follow the Bradley's Fun membership. So thank you so much. Doing that for Ron's channel. We'd love to share. Love to share. We've got Cliff Licks. It says, "Good morning, y'alls." I like that, y'alls. That's pretty awesome. Thank you. Thank you so much for being here. Has Epic extended hours to be open later? That is a good question. I think the latest they've been open is still, I think, 10 o'clock. But I will say this. I think I know the reason why they're not really extending the hours more than they are. This park is freaking full of people who do not want to go home. And they're in the gift shops. It is crazy. They're in the gift shops. They're taking pictures out the front. No one is in a hurry to leave this park. Like, they'll kick you out of the portals, but no one's in a hurry to leave. It's amazing. They actually encourage you to stay. So I would love it if Epic was open until midnight, but it's just like, do we want to pay all these team members to stay at midnight?
Even today, all the parks are only open till 9 p.m. I'm surprised because I know Islands of Adventure sometimes stays open till 10. But that's just, I don't know. I'm surprised. The Universal parks are I don't know, they really do lend themselves to nighttime. They ought to do more of what I know. Disney's great at taking advantage of this, doing those nighttime event things. Universal really needs to step it up. Is it because of the lack of employees? I don't know what it is exactly, because they got City Walk open until 1 a.m.
I think it's probably preserving the integrity of the experience, but also operational expenses. As well. They may not have the amount of staffing that they need, but I'm thinking that they're trying to preserve the integrity of the experience. I think that they're purposely being conservative about it, which is really irritating when you want to be there at 11 o'clock at night and see everything, because everything's a show, like how it lights up, how Helios lights up, how you see like all the beams of light that come from each individual portal that lines up with the front of the park. Nobody wants to freaking leave, so they could possibly be doing this
at night too. A lot of people may not understand this because, and it's so magical. Like it's I hate to say Disney level magical, but it's magical. It's Disney level magical in the way that Disney isn't any longer. And what I mean by that is when you are looking at Helios and the fountain show, so the water actually streams from the front of the park down to the celestial carousel, to the constellation carousel, around the constellation carousel, and then continues streaming down to the fountain, so that there's this one continuous stream of water, but also lights and also little fountain things that are popping up along the way. And it's so kinetic. It makes you feel like the entire park is connected. And what's cool about that is, on a human level, you feel in a really good way connected to all the other people that are in the park. And it's like a whole living, breathing entity that makes you actually feel more alive. I don't know how else to put it, but it's the park gives you a really good uplifting feeling.
Yeah, the park doesn't feel like the park does not feel stagnant. That's kind of what I would say to what Ron is saying. The park does not feel, stagnant. At the Magic Kingdom, there used to be always something going on, always, something happening. Even at at Epcot, that Fountain of Nations, that sucker was always popping off.
Mm-hmm. I wonder though if the reason they're not opening too late is maybe they're setting that expectation there for the park ticket purchasers, and maybe they'll eventually incorporate some hotel perks where they're open later for hotel guests. That way it kind of encourages people to stay on property, kind of like type of psychology. You know what I mean? I'm wondering if maybe that's part of their strategy to essentially to bring in more money, because that would work. I would absolutely fall for that, and I would do it.
I would say that you know what, I would have to agree with you. There's already Helios that's there, but across the street, literally across the street, you've got Stella Nova and Terra Luna resorts that are there. Then you have the other resorts that are over closer to Islands of Adventure and the studios. It would make sense because the perks that you get as a Universal Orlando resort guest are a lot better than the ones at Disney. And you know what, Erica, I would not be surprised if they've already market researched that from people staying there. So I would love to see that happen.
That was a lot of the reason why we always stayed on property years ago at Disney, was because of the after hours. 3 hours. 3 hours. You can do a lot in 3 hours. I like Magic Kingdom.
You could literally do, if you planned it right. It may not be as in depth as you would want, but you could do all of the portals at Epic Universe in one day,
or at least hit what you didn't hit in the 2-3 o'clock in the afternoon. You just kind of strategize. I'll just wait until the after hours portion to hit this or that, and then you got more time, and you're not in the thick of the sun.
Exactly. That's a good point, because remember, you got to make a choice. When you first hit rope drop, you got to make a choice at Epic. Is it the Ministry of Magic, or is it Super Nintendo World? You cannot. You can't do both. Cliff X, thank you so very much for that $10 super chat. I sure do appreciate it. Let me hit you up with this here. I love this. Okay, we'll check this out before we go to our tips and tricks. I love that. Morgan and Morgan. I freaking love that. Y'all advertise so much.
For the people.
I love it. For the people and the Mises.
Yeah, by the way, new Morgan and Morgan, you probably can't even see me, but the new commercials, this is how it looks in the studio. Morgan and Morgan. For the people.
Was that? Oh, sorry. I thought that was my license, but I showed my marijuana card. Yeah, he actually did that. If Epic goes open hub, how would that positively affect the park's daily finances? Without doing that, will restaurants be viable? Will business be too slow for workers? Rumors say it is today. Without doing it, will the restaurants be viable? I think that they still are, or that they would be, unless they increase capacity, which that's also what it depends on. But I will say the restaurants for the most part are viable. I've pretty much been to all of them by now. The price point is reasonable, and they all seem to be pretty busy for the most part. But yeah, Epic going open hub definitely for the restaurants. It's almost like City Walk, but a little bit more relaxed and laid back. I can see people going to Pizza Moon.
I love Pizza Moon.
Pizza Moon is so good. I mean, the price point is very worth it for what you get. Pizza Moon. There's the Oak and Star Tavern. There's several. I forget what that ice cream stand is called. I didn't go. Camera Girl went.
Pizza Moon, interesting. So Pizza Moon is so good that when I was there doing something else, and I was sitting at a big table but by myself. Family comes up. They're like, "Can we sit here?" Like, "Oh, yeah, cool. Yeah, go ahead." We get to talk a little bit, and then they leave, and they're like, "We have an entire extra pizza that we're not going to use. You want it? Okay, fine. I'll try it." So I try it, and it's amazing. It's this great pizza, but the reason I'm bringing that up is that pizza had sat for their entire meal that they were there, right? So it was still good after maybe 20-25 minutes of just sitting on the table. That's how good the pizza was. So I would imagine it's even better when it's hot.
and the pizza is fresh. Like they literally
you can see what's being made
they make it from scratch, and it's really good. Really good. Let's see here. Sorry about the lines in my face. I cannot believe StreamYard is doing this crap again, but they are. Let's see here. I'm trying to close something. See if that works. I may have to restart my screen or go avatar only in a little bit. Sorry to hear that, but thank you so very much.
Lorena is advertising for Disclosure Day right now. The aliens are here. They are coming. Take it over.
It's got it crazy. It's got it crazy. Let's see. Let me take us off for a little bit. Okay. Go back on. Yeah, so we're doing it. Okay. All right. Well, that's okay. So let me go to, of course, what we're talking about. Main thing today. So thank you guys so much for being here. I see 47 of you guys here between YouTube and X. I certainly do appreciate you guys being here. Tips and tricks for how hot it is here in the state of Florida, which is insane. So, yes, Central Florida is literal Jumanji. I cannot emphasize this enough. Average summer temperature 100 plus with the heat index. Remember, we did see that on AccuWeather. Dangerous levels, stay indoors during peak hours. Those peak hours being between, I would say, and you guys let me know, I would say between 12 and 5. You don't want to be outside.
Yeah.
I can't even, I can, let's see. Get a hot dryer, open the dryer, get like a wet towel, wrap it around your head, and stick your head in the dryer. That's what it literally is like down here in the summer. And if you think this is bad, theme park asphalt makes it hotter. This is another thing that people seem to forget. It's all that asphalt radiates intense heat. And I would say, like over in Toy Story Land, for some reason they thought that a queue with no shade for Slinky Dog Dash was a good idea. Wasn't.
It's like crossing the Sahara, just going from your car at Animal Kingdom up to the front turnstiles. It's nothing but open asphalt. There is no shade, nothing, and you are just.
It's insane. It's absolutely nuts, but it's so, and it's gonna get even worse in the Magic Kingdom with the Cars Land coming over there. Okay,
yeah,
all
they
of that
took out
water,
all the shit and dumb. All the water, like the river that gave it, some kind of, if the breeze blew in that direction, you had the water and it felt somewhat cool.
Yeah,
Now it's an
exactly.
oven. But all for the name in the name of lightning lanes, to make more money.
Yep, we got to shove more people in there to make more money. Make more money, but yeah,
So Lorena, if you want to share it, you're more than welcome to. Or not. But I have shared with you what some people in Central Florida do to beat the heat.
Cypress, you know what? I told people about this.
What on earth? What,
Erica?
This is a thing in Orlando.
This is in Kissimmee. I talked
about
this briefly on an episode of Welcome to Florida where I said there is this nudist resort. There's this one. There's another one that's a trailer park. And people ask,
no!
That pool.
It is for real.
That's a beautiful pool.
Yeah.
So
I'm sorry.
You want to know how I learned about this though? There's a funny story about how I learned about this place.
Please tell me you didn't accidentally just end up there.
No. I was drawing caricatures at Gatorland, and a couple sits down and I'm drawing the characters. I usually, chat with people that I'm drawing. And so what do you do for a living? Mm-hmm. And they go, we own, and it was this. They were I was drawing the owners of this resort. And I'm like,
oh my gosh.
Just to let you know, I have to put clothes on your body.
I was going to ask, please tell me they didn't request to be drawn.
No, yeah. I'm like, oh my gosh.
I gotta say there is one thing about the hot weather in Florida. We're pretty much all nudists to a certain point inside our own houses. When it's hot. Freedom Seeker, thank you so much for that $4.99 super chat. I sure do appreciate that so very much.
Thumbs up.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for that. Some super chat love for Lorena's channel. Well, I appreciate the super chat love. It helps keep the StreamYard bill paid, helps to, keep all the lights on and everything running, and, just helps to keep stuff going with the channel and allow me to do this. So I am so appreciative of it. Thank you so very much, Freedom Seeker. Sure do appreciate that. Let's see here. Okay. Yes. Bloodthirsty mosquitoes. Now I will say this. I'm the type of person where it doesn't matter how good your mosquito mitigation is. I don't care if you're using something that just barely passed with the FDA. Mosquitoes are going to find me, and they're going to bite me. And the mosquitoes come out, of course, after it rains. They like to come out a lot. The theme parks are very good for the most part with their mosquito mitigation. There's a video on YouTube that I watched about how Disney has this whole ecosystem for how they deal with mosquitoes, and they're pretty good for the most part. I usually will not get bit at Disney unless there's like some crazy amount of rain that's been going on. Then I might get bit once or twice. But once you get outside the parks, folks, they are waiting for you. So you need to make sure you've got mosquito repellent. My favorite, and they finally put it back on the market, is Bullfrog. I think it's like Bullfrog waterproof, but it's also sunscreen and mosquito repellent. That stuff is absolutely amazing. It makes me invisible. I freaking love it. It's great stuff. But you gotta make sure deal with mosquitoes. I do know that sometimes when the mosquito threat is really elevated, Disney will hand out like free mosquito repellent because they rarely have to do it, so they'll usually put that out there. But have some mosquito repellent, with you, just to make sure you have it. So yeah, number 4, humidity drains your energy and risks stroke. Ron and Erica can tell you the humidity will sap your energy, but it will also mask signs sometimes of heat stroke or
heat
exhaustion. Yeah, I can't tell you how many times sorry, go ahead, Ron.
No, I was going to say this is always funny to me because the types of food that you always associate with theme parks, amusement parks, which is what people go to in the summertime mostly, is what the worst kinds of foods that you could possibly eat in this heat, like funnel cakes. Like you're just let's funnel cakes and Coca-Cola, and I'm like, it's the combo. Like people need to remember, if you're going to do all that stuff and have fun, first of all, be careful, do it in moderation. That's fine, but also make sure that you're drinking water in addition to anything else, or Gatorade, something with electrolytes, not just Coca-Cola or
coffee,
anything like that.
Careful with the dairy.
Coffee with dairy. You got, I mean, those types of things. You just got to be really, really careful about it. So be smart when you are dealing with this heat. The theme park Asphalt, they're not wrong about that. And then I know we're about to get into the afternoon stuff that happens.
Yeah, some crazy stuff. Hey, Virginia says citronella is good to avoid the bite from mosquitoes. I wish that worked for me. It doesn't. It can kind of smoke out the mosquitoes a little bit, but for some reason, man, they will bite me and nobody else. So, but citronella smells really good. I do love those. The candles are great, but man, if you're high on the dinner list for mosquitoes,
they like to find me too.
I have a unique method for combating mosquitoes. Most people probably can't do this, but basically what I do is I like to summon bats to kind of just fly around me. And if the bats are flying around me, they're just eating the mosquitoes up. It's good.
This is why I encourage like the anoles and the little lizards to show up on my porch, although my cats think that, it's
their play toy. Like,
yes, exactly.
With their food. Mom's cats like to play with lizards.
They torture them so badly. I mean, I cannot tell you how many times I've vacuumed around my house, cleaned under like the carpet, and there's dead carcasses of lizards have been shoved up under there. It's like, come on, they eat the mosquitoes. But yes, I can't tell you how many times I've seen EMS or EMTs out in the parks for people who are suffering from dehydration and heat stroke. So you can always get water for free.
And as early as like 10, 11 o'clock in the morning, that's how fast you dehydrate in the sun. Where it's you want to hydrate the day before, like when you're planning your vacation. Start your hydrating a few days before, and continue to hydrate while you're there. That helps.
That is very good advice. Very good advice. Hydrate early. Make sure you get one of these insulated. I'm telling you, keeps that water.
I got one too.
You can get water for free anywhere, at the parks. Yeah. Universal, you just roll up to the freestyle machine, and there's a water button that's there. We also have powerful lightning storms. I cannot express to you how dangerous they are. Please don't be one of these dumbass TikTokers that'll run out there. They've never seen lightning storms like in Florida, which was very beautiful.
Oh, how pretty. Look at it. It's so wonderful.
I kid you not. They will go out there and like, hey, I'm in a lightning storm in Florida. Okay, yeah. No, not smart. They are dangerous. They are unpredictable.
Yep.
Do not go swimming. I had to explain to my nieces and nephews why we could not go out in the pool when we were there at the Polynesian while there's lightning that's hitting the water and all over the place. No, we are in the lightning capital of the world when it comes to lightning strikes. And one of the biggest lightning rods is on top of Cinderella's castle at the Magic Kingdom. Okay, so you
I've known two people get struck by lightning and lived, and then I witnessed a lightning bolt come through my window and strike my TV in front of me.
Wow.
Don't mess with it.
So I I don't even watch from my window. I will close up my windows, close the curtains. I won't even look at lightning. I get that it's pretty, but I won't even look at it in person. I close the house up and unplug everything around the house.
Just looking at the stats right now, Florida averages 7 lightning deaths per year. That's actual deaths, making it the state with the highest number of lightning fatalities in the United States. Since 2006, there have been a total of 94 reported lightning deaths in the state.
Yes.
So it is really, really bad. It's not quite as bad as traffic on I-4, but still.
It's really bad enough. And speaking of AccuWeather, and like I said, Disney's supposed to be putting that in their app. I wouldn't depend on that. I would get the app. It will actually tell you when there are lightning strikes in your area. And I get them repeatedly. So trust me, you need that. If you're in the parks and you see some alert that says lightning strikes detected near where you are, yeah, you probably want to go and take shelter. They are not something to mess with. They are fast and very, very powerful. So speaking of that, quick, powerful, dangerous afternoon, evening thunderstorms.
Yeah. I was going to say, though, it's also one of the reasons I think that the dumbest thing that Disney could have called Fast Pass is lightning lane in Florida. Why?
That's what happens when you get Californians making decisions.
Exactly, 100%.
They don't know their ends from their elbows in California as to what it's like in Florida.
Oh my gosh! Yeah, go to number 6.
Yeah, lightning lane. Let's call it that. Apparently, they have never seen a lightning and thunderstorm in Florida. This is how powerful these suckers are. Okay, so when I was a kid and I would have to stay, with my grandparents in Jacksonville or in rural ass Putnam County and Palatka, we are talking about thunder that is so strong it will rattle your windows.
Oh, I felt thunder like that before. On another level.
You can feel it hit. I've been live streaming where I've had that happen, and I'm like, and people are just like, "What the heck was that noise?" I'm like, thunder. But I'm counting when I saw the lightning strike. I'm like,
"Yep, you always hear the thunder."
Yeah. We're out. Unplug everything. Shut it all down. I'm not frying my computer because y'all just not gonna happen. But yeah,
I unplug my washer, my dryer, my kitchen appliances.
Shut it down. I'm like, we are shutting it all down. But yes, these storms tend to happen in the afternoon. I would say between like 2 and 5. It can happen as early as 1. It can happen as late as 6. But pay attention to the weather. When you start seeing like it's really, really light and bright in front of you, and then you turn around and it's dark and dreary looking, go take shelter. Really, you do not want to. You do not want to be out there.
No, and it's funny because the thunderstorm activity is often worse here in Orlando specifically than hurricane related storm activity, which can also be bad. But like a lot of people say, oh yeah, it's the rain, it happens every day, and they brush it off, and they don't think about how actually dangerous an afternoon thunderstorm can get if they're thinking of it. Oh, it's just rain, it's gonna come, it's gonna go, and it can be brutal. It can be really, really brutal.
Extremely brutal. I mean, the first time I experienced one when I was like about 6, I was so scared. I ran in my grandparents' bedroom and hid. I'm a kid from suburban Philly. I've never experienced thunderstorms. It's like it seems like the house was shaking. It is nothing. It is nothing to mess with. Now I can sleep through one of these things. It won't even bother me at all. It's just like, it's nature's air conditioning here in Florida. So, you just, again, between 12 and 4, 1 and 5, you're pretty much safe just being inside. being inside somewhere. Don't be that idiot trying to dodge between longhouses at the Polynesian in the middle of a thunderstorm. Okay, just I've seen people do that. Eamon Matt Crossan, thank you so much for subscribing. I sure do appreciate that. And I do believe 02RR subscribed as well. So thank you. Sure do appreciate the subscriptions. You guys are awesome. Make sure you're hitting that like button as well on all my streams. So beating the Florida heat starts with you. It really does. Number one, moisture wicking clothing is your friend. Choose breathable, light-colored, wicking fabrics because swamp ass is real down here. Summer, I cannot emphasize.
Not expecting you to say that. It's so true.
There is nothing worse. Okay, I thought something could smell worse than a New York subway. No, the monorail at the end of the night with a whole bunch of people and swamp ass is running rampant. No, that's even worse. Okay,
that's why I get those nice little flushable toilet wipes. Yeah, and I don't really like theme park toilet paper, anyways. So
you need like the wipes are good. Another one that's good, and I love it to death. Native making that all over deodorant in a spray.
Yep.
Line your family up against the wall, spray everybody down. Trust me, you will love your life. You could be just stand there in the middle of the worst swamp ass in the world, but you smell so good and your family smells
I would say before you leave the house and you shower in the morning, when you get out of the shower, just spray that because it's a full body deodorant.
Yes.
And you literally can spray like your bodily undercarriage area of your body where you're gonna sweat and smell. Just spray, and even their sticks you can use all over your body, not just on your underarms. So Native is a good one. Lume, Lume is another one I've heard.
I didn't like Lume.
Yeah.
I didn't like it.
I started to use it, and then
Lume.
it started to get sticky. So now I haven't tried Native though, but we haven't been to the
Native
park in so
Native
long.
is good. And the thing about Native is, it's good for mythical creatures like centaurs and stuff. So yeah,
centaurs and unicorns, and also if you have sensitive skin like I do, there's no aluminum that's in it. So I really have not had a reaction.
And if you have areas of your skin that rub together, like when you're walking or moving, and you want to prevent that skin chafing, this stuff is good to put on those areas of your body to prevent that basically rug burn, and that burns like a mofo. I've had that happen to me at, was it Blizzard Beach or Typhoon Lagoon? And I didn't know about this trick, this hack years. I mean, I was like, in my 20s, and yeah, it was painful. It hurt.
Fresh and green. You're right. This is it does work because I have the sticks. I have the spray. The spray seems to be the most immediate with knocking that stuff out. And this is one of my favorite scents. Eucalyptus and mint. The whole family can use it. It's very it's very unisex. That's my favorite right there. The spray.
We've done the coconut body wash and some berry one. It was like a holiday scent. But that was all we got in Germany while we were there, was just the body washes. They didn't really bring out the rest of the line, like the deodorants and the sprays. It was just, here, we're at least gonna, give you a little bone. We'll at least give you this.
Are you trying to tell me that the Europeans?
No, this is on base. This is in the military installation, and I couldn't find this stuff off base. I couldn't find it in the German economy.
No, when I went to Europe, finding like deodorant or like antiperspirant was pretty much non-existent. But here
it's like a whole lot.
They don't.
You can tell. because they're standing next to you and you smell gas in Europe. Yeah, some Europeans only shower like once a week to save money on energy. Their heating bill, because they don't want to bother with the water being heated. Their water bills, to save on utilities. They'll only shower like once a week. Some Europeans.
I will never forget that smell in my life. Being over in Europe, I would never. Forget. Oh, you don't. But the best things to get, like here,
okay,
like
but let's be fair to the Europeans. Let's be fair to the Europeans. Some of their families, they come from families that have lived there since the Middle Ages, and their families have just been always used to not showering. We're doing it the way they did it back in the old country.
Keep that over there. But the body wash is good. Get like the body wash, the spray, and the deodorant stick. You are good, because like Erica was saying, even with the deodorant stick, you can use it for areas that chafe, even your heels. If you're walking around, so that works too. But you sent me B-roll. What we got here? Okay.
It's just the rain.
Oh, rain yeah. Yes.
Can I just say that is some of the best times to that's theme light. Park is when it's raining. I welcome the rain when we're at Disney because it cools off the atmosphere. Mm-hmm. And it's not like a cold rain like what you get in Europe. I get it. It's musty and kind of muggy, but it does cool the atmosphere down. And I don't mind it. And then the crowds, they leave. And then you can go on the attractions. It's like, oh, yes, please go back to your hotels. Yes, please go home.
Yeah. Go away. So we can go, we can go do that. But it's like if you have your ponchos, which you bought, not at Disney. If you've got your moisture wicking clothing, that's on, that dries very, very quickly. Yep. That's the other thing. It's not like sitting on you. Like I know people like to get those, coordinated T-shirts. Yeah, that looks cool and everything, but you'll be really, really freaking miserable. And I hate wearing cotton.
Cotton. I don't care if you're wearing white. If it's cotton, it doesn't matter what color it is. It is just going to hold in heat.
It is. And it's going to suck. And you're just going to be so freaking miserable. Just skip it. Just wear matching colors,
I don't even wear denim shorts anymore, hardly. I wear the like the workout shorts. That's that dry that bathing suit material. It's like a workout material.
That that dry, I say like the Under Armour.
And ladies, another hack I use: wear bathing suit bikini bottoms for your underwear. You'll thank me later.
That's a very good point.
I won't wear cotton undies. I wear bathing suit, and then I put my like the workout shorts on over that.
Mm-hmm. Like bathing suit bottoms.
There's a lot of times.
Moisture wicking underwear.
A lot of times I just wear my bathing suit to the parks.
That's what I do. What I do wear in the theme park is what I wear in a pool. But it's a short set. It's not.
Yeah.
So you can use all of that. That's all good stuff. So yeah, moisture wicking clothing is your friend. Get it in coordinating colors for all the members of your family. You're wearing white one day, black one day, navy blue the next day, red the next day. You can go and get that. Walmart has lots of that stuff on the cheap. Walmart, or if you go to like Marshall's, you can buy moisture wicking clothing. They're cheap too. Also hydrate, replace fluids frequently, keep a bottle handy. And this is very important. You can get water for free at the parks. I highly suggest not getting the water from the water fountain because Florida water has a very unique taste to it that's not exactly palatable to a lot of folks. But yeah, get like a water bottle. You can get like those Mio drops or water hydrating drops, or you can get like the electrolyte sticks. Bring those in the park. It actually saves you from having to pay $4 for I don't know anybody who buys Dasani. I don't. But you need to hydrate frequently. If you're thirsty, it's too late. So you don't want to wait until you get crazy thirsty. So That's a hack. Make sure that there's, that there's a water bottle that somebody has. My favorite are the insulated ones. You get that with like water and ice. Trust me, when it's 100 degrees outside and you drink cool water from your thermos, I tell you, it's life. Mm, it is a life for real. I generally
Gots to
wear
stay
just a
cool.
Speedo socks to Disneyland.
I knew that was you, Troy. I knew it. No, that's the worst thing at Florida pools, at the resorts, because I worked as a lifeguard. When the Europeans come in, the Europeans, because the guys are like, just like, dude, like, don't put some shorts on, man. When they're wearing this, when the guys are wearing the Speedos, and you're like, man, you look like you're squirrels trying to smuggle in your lunch.
Like, yeah, it's like a joke. We got dumped on at Magic Kingdom. That was the only storm we couldn't avoid. Why does Tomorrowland flood so bad? Because they've screwed up the drainage system. It didn't used to do that back in the day. The drainage was perfect, but now it's like you see cast members out there with brooms trying to push the water away.
Mm-hmm.
It's like insane. Bathing twice is a thing. It's not just for Bob Iger, but this will actually make your life easier. And I know Erica mentioned this for previously. Showering before you start your touring day, and then in the midday, please, before you go to dinner, shower. Trust me, you'll feel better. Everyone else will feel better. It's amazing the difference that a shower makes. So
is it weird? I prefer not prefer when I'm on vacation, when I'm in a hotel. I don't know. I have a tendency to like shower even more, but just because I don't know. It's a weird thing. And the funny thing about it is I always actually prefer my shower when I get home, but when I'm at a hotel, I'm like, oh, I want to use the shower. I don't know. It's I don't know. Am I a weirdo for that, or is it just maybe I'm the only one? I love using the hotel showers, and maybe it's just because it's different, probably.
I like using the hotel shower, especially when they have really, really good bathing products. I'm just saying, sometimes
good bathing products,
housekeeping, a little extra
pressure.
Leave you some extra ones. We talked about deodorant. Oh, God.
Yeah. No, I was just gonna say I do like the whatever that brand is that Disney uses for their stuff. I love that brand of stuff.
Yeah, that's actually pretty.
There's some
pretty
good smells. They used to sell it at Cast Connection, so.
Nice unisex kind of smell. But yes, deodorant is your friend. Stay fresh. Reapply as needed in the heat. Send everyone into the bathroom. Give them cans and tell them to spray themselves down. I kid you not. And we talked about native. That stuff lasts for like 48 hours, honestly. That's why it's so darn good. Especially the spray. You can put it, spray it, on your skin and everything. You're going to need that. Deodorant is your friend. Buy it before you get to the parks. Have it shipped to your hotel room if you don't want to bring it in your luggage.
Also, here's my important tip about using native. Make sure you're getting the actual brand. Don't go to Dollar Tree and get the knockoff brand called,
oh my God,
called Smell Like a Native. You do not want to buy Smell Like a Native because you will.
I learned that the hard way. I'm like, oh, Dollar Tree has a knockoff. Let me see what that is. No, that's a trap. No.
Smell like
Put
a
out
native.
the money.
There are some things I have to buy brand names. I won't do knockoffs.
Yeah, native. Just buy it. It's usually on sale at Target or at Walmart, or if you buy it online from Native, they run specials all the time. They even have subscriptions at Native site. That's how I get a lot of my stuff from Native. So I always have a stash of it. Do that. Trust me, it will make your life very, very worthwhile. Knick-Knack coming in with a $5 super chat. You guys are absolutely amazing. Thank you so very much. Let me hit you up here.
And the Disney stock just keeps going down and down and down. And then Bob Iger is all like, it's going to
Knick-Knack, thank you for the $5 super chat. Says, good morning, the Reina and fine guests. I want to say hi and thank you for all the great entertainment you bring us. Well, you are more than welcome, my dear. It is definitely our pleasure to do so. Number 5, protect your skin. Wear a hat, shades, and sunscreen. Seek shade. Definitely use sunscreen. I'm going to emphasize this even for my melanated peoples, because one time I got sunburned and it wasn't a lot of fun. I'm going to blame the European ancestry for that one, most likely the British and the Norwegians for that one, but you need to have sunscreen.
Yeah.
Even if you don't burn, you don't want to get sun poisoning. You don't want to get, itchy and all that other stuff. It can be very, very, very uncomfortable. Get sunscreen that you like. I have to use sunscreen that is mineral based. I cannot use the ones with avobenzone. I'm allergic to that. Get one that you like. Make sure that you have it. Make sure that you bring it, because buying sunscreen at Disney, you're going to pay out the ass for that.
That's true.
You don't want to. You can
$20 for a 4-ounce bottle.
Yeah, you can buy it. It's like, no.
I'll go to Sam's or Costco. But I know some people if you have to get like specific brands.
Yeah,
you have to go to like specific stores. Like Target's got, I think, a lot of the specialty sunscreen.
You know what's funny? There's Lorena, that CVS right after as you're going towards Disney, you come out the 417. There's a CVS right there as you're heading like a mile from Disney World.
Yeah.
Yeah, they actually charge more for everything in their store because they're that close to Disney. And we found that out. But we asked an employee. They're like, no, yeah, we actually do charge more because we're close to Disney. They literally admitted to it. So
yeah, that's why they're called tourist Walmarts or tourist Targets. They upcharge. Yeah,
they do. They have to be. They have to be careful. Another quick tip is make an order for pickup at Walmart or Target, because the prices will actually be cheaper buying it online. I found this out too. So you can do that for like any Walmart. Touristy Walmarts, it may be a little bit pricier, but I have found the online prices are cheaper. It's like they charge you to walk in the store, to buy stuff. So that's definitely a place that you want to buy it. Another one, and this is a good one, keep your skin cool. I cannot say this enough, especially if you're starting to experience heat exhaustion. You need stuff like this. Neck fan, definitely. Cooling towels, definitely. USB powered fan, definitely. You can score all this stuff at the dollar store and the Five Below on absolute cheap. Especially Five Below, dang it. Only thing with Five Below is a lot of that stuff sells out of Five Below. Yeah. So you
just reminded me about going to look for my cooling towel for the neck. I need to make sure I have that out and ready to go with me now.
I will wet mine and put it over my head and then put a hat on, and it cools.
That's good.
And then whatever little breeze you get, it feels cool because you have that wet ring around. I don't know. It works great. And Raph discovered he likes to wear the belt fans you clip to your belt, and it blows like air up your shirts, and he's a man, and he's kind of thicker build, and his back sweats really quickly, and he's always complaining of my back is so hot, my back. So I got him a belt fan.
That's the worst thing about ponchos is ponchos, even though they protect you from the rain, they make you sweat more.
Yeah, they can. You have to really know when to gauge the weather to take them off and put them on.
You really do.
Another thing that happened to me once, I had put sunscreen on and I didn't put sunscreen on my lips. I didn't use a sunscreen chapstick. and my lips got sunburnt.
Oh.
So, and I was like, what, middle school? So I learned at a young age, I have to use some kind of lip balm that's got SPF because your lips will fry in this. You can have SPF on your face, even with your makeup, but get like a lip balm that's got SPF in it too.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
I'll be honest, I never wear makeup when I go to the parks.
Oh, you don't? Oh, you're so
lucky. You should try it.
Another good one is if you get, one of my favorites is the mineral sunscreen stick, because you can use that on your face, and you can also use it on your lips too, and you can also use it as a base for putting on your foundation as well. It kind of helps it to stay on. That's a hack. Yeah, you just swipe that sucker on and rub it around
on your hands,
rub it in. That's a darn lifesaver. So yeah, if you guys let me know, I'll actually put some of these as a community post as well, so you guys can check it out. The next one, don't neglect your feet. Oh my gosh, you're going to be walking a lot. You need comfortable shoes that have been broken in. Do not buy some new shoes down at the outlets unless they're Crocs. I'm going to exempt Crocs from these, because you can slap on some Crocs and you're nice and comfortable. There's no problem. You need to make sure they're broken in, because you're going to be walking miles at the parks. You're constantly going to be walking. You're mainly walking around with shoes that are pinching you and not really working. It's just not going to be fun, and you don't want to do that. Moisture wicking socks and or shoes. Yes, definitely need these. Oh my gosh, they keep your feet dry, prevent friction and irritation. You definitely want these. You can buy moisture wicking socks for very, very cheap at Target, Walmart, and my favorite place, TJ Maxx or Marshalls.
I love TJ Maxx, Marshalls, Ross, any of those stores.
Yeah, it is amazing what you can find. What you can find there. Lots of good stuff, and the price is
And if
good.
you have flat feet, make sure those socks give you arch support, so your feet aren't killing you within as less than an hour of being on your feet.
Absolutely.
I think I'm just switching to an ECV.
Oh no, not me, Mo, and the ECV hurts. Yeah, Buddy Hepburn actually had 2 points. One is the shirts with the the SPF in it. That works too. You can sometimes find those at Target and Marshalls as well. You want to start shopping early for that type of thing, but those are definitely worth it. And sometimes you can find the Columbia shirts at Marshalls and TJ Maxx as well. You can look for that. And yeah, cheap sunglasses can mess up your eyes also. Yeah, do not get super cheap sunglasses. I mean, it seems kind of cool, but not really.
Yeah, I need a good pair. I need to invest in a good pair.
Yeah. Hey, Stunt Brat. Hi, Miss Lorraine and panel. I'm a boomer. I lay out on my beach with baby oil. Wow. Stunt Brat says I go gangster. That's what I do, man. Bring Band-Aids to deal with blisters in an emergency. This is a big one. One, having the native stick also helps, but you really do want to have a stash of Band-Aids. It's amazing what these things can help with, for your feet, but also, God forbid, somebody gets stung by a bee, not allergic, they get a bee sting, you've got your Band-Aids to help deal with that as well. So yeah, you need Band-Aids. You do not want to buy these in a freaking park. I swear to God.
No. And it's cool. They have Band-Aids now that are specifically for like extensive walking and blisters. Like they're the ones you can put on the back of your heel.
Mm-hmm.
So when your shoes are rubbing, I get blisters always on the back of my heels if I don't put a Band-Aid on the back of my foot. So I put it on in the morning. And then my big toes. I have to wrap my big toes in some kind of Band-Aid or some kind of protective material because for whatever reason, I have flat feet. So if I walk for a long period of time and I don't have the right foot support, my big toes will develop what's called as runner's toe, which is like a bruise that develops under your nail. And it hurts, and then blistering too on like the backs of I'm a mess. My feet are a freaking mess, man. It's
girl, you and me both, and it's so easy to neglect your feet. A lot of times we take them for granted, but man, when they revolt on you, it's just like game over.
I know. And since I've gotten older, it's getting worse. So now I'm at a point where I need to get one of those prescription insoles where they do a mold of your feet to put in sneakers. I'm at that point now where, because all of these little remedies it helps, and it looks ugly as sin because even the socks that I wear are like open-toed. It's just to give me my arch support. I look like that grandma. It is not glamorous. It is so ugly. But if my feet are comfortable and I'm walking for 8 to 12 hours in a theme park, I don't care. And I'm often swapping out my socks. It's a hot mess. So now I'm at that point where I'm like, I'm tired of doing that. And maybe I just need to get the prescription molds and get the right inserts.
Yeah, I don't wear socks at the park. But there's a reason for that. I have the shoes that I wear at parks are actually a special kind of water shoes, so that if they're very comfortable walking around. They got insoles and all that kind of stuff, but because they cling to my feet, I can't blister in them, right? So, and if they get wet from the rain, they dry off super quick because they're water shoes. So they're made to get wet and be dry real fast.
I need cushioning though. If I don't have the right cushioning and you're walking, you're going like this. Really?
Yeah, they're very cushioned.
I'll buy a pair, send me a link and I'll try it. I'll see if it works for me. Because I'm literally trying anything and everything.
Off my toes. This does help. Also moleskin. I've heard about those, but I haven't seen that as much. They now have these is it cellular. They look like little thick blisters, and blister bandages, and you can put those on. Those are really good. I'll have to do either a live stream or a video one day. Probably a video where I'll go through the likes of like Target or Walmart and have this like shopping list of stuff, because I used to always go shopping about, I want to say 6 weeks before the departure date for a trip for like all of this stuff. So we're not rushing like at the last minute. But yeah, there's these new bandages that are like that. They're really thick and they cover the whole area. And they're really good. Number 4, make sure your child's shoes are comfortable and bring a spare pair. Yeah, they're littler than you. They have to walk twice as fast to keep up with you. And when their feet hurt, it slows the whole entire group down. Yeah. So, yeah, Erica knows exactly what I'm talking about.
And to that point, that's all I know. I know it can be kind of irritating to see older kids in strollers, but even when they're 7 and 8 years old, they're still having to use more steps to keep up with your pace as an adult. So I always got the big rental strollers, even as old as 7 years old. And if they were really hurting, I'm like, just get in.
Yeah, that's what I did.
I'm like,
too.
Just get in because it's comfortable. And I hated seeing my kids uncomfortable in the parks.
And I like to get the biggest rental stroller and just have my family push me around in it. I don't really care because I'm like, whatever. I'm kidding. You
want to share with the kids. But yeah, definitely make sure
those
you have a spare pair of shoes, because you do not want to be those people going in and buying an extra pair of Crocs for $50 so your kids can walk around in. So make sure you bring a spare pair of shoes, even like the water shoes, like Ron was saying.
Mm-hmm.
Even if you just have the water shoes, they can fold up really really easily, compact and all that. Make sure you have that extra pair. You can swap it in the middle of the day so they have a fresh pair of shoes. Speaking of shoes, okay, you're gonna be, in addition to swamp ass, you got swamp feet. So, have that spray or powder for, athlete's foot, relief from itching and moisture. Even if you have moisture wicking socks and moisture wicking shoes, you're walking around a whole lot. And bacteria like dark warm areas. So make sure you just have a can. You can get it for cheap at Walmart or Target or whatever, and just have that around. Have that in your little first aid box. And this last one, I know people love their Crocs. I love my Crocs. Be careful with the Croc shoes, with that strap in the back. That's the easiest way to break your Crocs, is when that strap breaks. Can't push it back in. But make sure the strap is tight, especially on the kids' Crocs. You definitely want to make sure on theirs, and make sure you break them in well. Usually Crocs is probably the only shoe I would say you don't have to necessarily really break in a lot, but it does help to make sure that they're broken in, and wear them with socks around the house. Honestly,
Mm-hmm.
to break them in, that does help. You can get Crocs. Well, at least down here, you can get them at the likes of Marshalls, TJ Maxx, and my favorite website, 6pm.com. That's where you can get a lot of Crocs, a lot of stuff too. Moisture wicking socks, underwear, clothes, hats, stuff like that. But definitely for Crocs, that's where I found it, and I was just like, really, this is all they want for Crocs. For folks who don't know, 6pm.com is the clearance rack for Zappos, which is owned by Amazon. So yeah, 6pm.com. You're shopping from Amazon. I used to stalk 6pm.com on the regular for when new Crocs would drop. And I was getting Crocs for like $20, $15, especially for the kids, because the kids they grow out of stuff so easily. So you can get, Crocs for cheap. So yeah, that's definitely.
Dude, they had like New Balance sneakers for $30.
Mm-hmm. Sizes
really
go
good.
quick. That's the only thing about 6pm.com. The sizes grow, they go fast. So make sure you're on their mailing list. Make sure you get their alerts, stuff like that. But that's one of my favorite places to go to like save money. So, okay, work with the Florida environment. This is important. We talked about this. Stay out of the sun from 12 to 5. It's peak UV hours. Find indoor activities or rest. If you like to do a lot of sit down meals, usually I would have a sit down meal after 12. Get away from people and get out of the heat. So either that, or you go back to the hotel room, go to the pool. Just, you're either out of the sun or in the pool. But between 12 to 5 p.m., it's absolutely freaking peak misery in the parks, and you don't want to be out then. Don't run out. And we talked about it raining almost every afternoon. To have a poncho or an umbrella ready, I highly suggest purchasing the umbrellas that have the UV protection on it. They're usually like black on the inside or outside, but they have the reflective material on it. You can get those from 6pm, Amazon. Those are great. A friend of mine from Japan turned me on to UV umbrellas, and I thought it was a joke, and then I had one, and I've had one ever since. Because when I'm out live streaming, if you can't afford the expensive $200 little umbrella to go over your phone, that umbrella over you with UV protection, That's some good stuff. That's some good stuff. Start your touring before the sun comes up. I do not like getting up in the morning. I am not a morning person, but it's cooler in the morning. Just give everybody, protein bars, get some coffee. My favorite is hitting that Joffrey stand right before you get on the monorail or the ferry at the Magic Kingdom. That time period, I would say between park open to 12, you can get the most done, especially early in the morning. It's cooler, a lot more activity going on. You can get that done. Perfect. Tell people we're getting up early. I don't care. We're getting up early. I promise I'll get you extra, extra lattes, extra, those big, huge donuts and muffins from Joffrey's that look so good that there's hardly any at the end of the night.
Those donuts at those Joffrey coffee, oh, they're so good.
They're so good. And
the glazed ones are the ones that have, they're addicting. They're soft and they're just, and they're huge.
And cheaper than Starbucks.
Yeah, but it tastes better than Starbucks too.
The drink sizes, but there's a reason why I'm always hitting the cold brew at Joffrey's every time I do a live stream, because you get like a nice big size. One time I got a free latte, even though I'm lactose intolerant. I'm not turning down free latte.
Oh my gosh.
I'm like, we may have to cut the stream short, but I'm not turning this down for free. Yes, have plenty of mosquito repellent. Even if you don't think you're going to get bit, eventually you're going to leave the property. Have like a small thing of mosquito repellent with you. Off is not going to work. Florida mosquitoes think that off is orange juice. That's not going to work. I highly recommend Bullfrog or something else that's way stronger. That's not off. Some people like to use Avon Skin So Soft. Okay, but I still get bit with that.
That's never worked for me. I've tried that Skin So Soft.
Never worked for me.
It's never done anything for me.
I thought I was weird that thing didn't work for me. And
no, it didn't work on me either. I felt like it attracted them more.
It doesn't. It again, Florida mosquitoes, they are the vampires of mosquitoes.
Yeah, I think they're just about immune to almost anything, it seems like.
I think the only thing that I haven't been bit with is literally with
Bullfrog.
With Bullfrog. # not sponsored, but Bullfrog is the one I used to use. They used to have I think it was called the Nile version, but when Camera Girl was in camp, because you have to send sunscreen with your kids. So I would send that, which it was non-aerosol, but it was sunscreen, waterproof sunscreen, and mosquito repellent, and she did not get bit with with that. So yeah, I highly recommend Bullfrog. It's working for now against Florida mosquitoes. Who knows? Probably changing in the future. And take advantage of evening touring. I always like to hype this. I tell people, get up in the morning, go back to your hotel around 12 o'clock or noon, or you have a sit down dining reservation, and then go back to your hotel, and then come back like 7 o'clock, 7 between 6 and 8 o'clock. Come back. Cooler temperatures, reduced humidity. Usually people are trying to go on their way out. It's much more comfortable. Much more comfortable back then. Or if you're not going in the morning and it's your off day, and I highly suggest people build in a sleep in late day where you're just at your hotel until like 5 o'clock and then go out. That works too. So work with the Florida environment. You try to work against it, you're going to lose every freaking time. It's just not. It's different down here. This will actually keep you sane. So to kind of wrap up with Florida theme park heat survival tips: hydrate with electrolytes, replace lost salts. Water is not enough. Yep. If you don't have anything with electrolytes, and I learned this from, this was like an emergency electrolyte I learned from someone like out in India, where you get water, you get, I think it's, what is it? Is it 2 parts sugar and 1 part salt, and mix it in water, and that's a quick hydrating solution.
Okay.
In a tight situation. Like, say, whenever you go to one of those quick service restaurants, grab yourself some uh, sugar packets, some salt packets, and keep those with you. If you don't have, let's say, a specialized electrolyte one, you can make one up. You can make one up yourself. You can actually look that up on the internet. But that was a program that got started. I forget exactly when, in India, because it's so hot there, and whether it's like heat exhaustion symptoms, or you have diarrhea. That's the other thing too. That helps, like, replace bodily fluids, because dehydration can hit you real quick.
I will say Disney's first aid places got you if you get a spell of like diarrhea. They have it.
Ooh, nice.
Just go in and just tell them what your symptoms are, and ask discreetly if they have any like Imodium. And yeah, they've got little packets of Imodium AD.
They have everything there. They have everything.
Yeah.
And their
we
first aid is really good, actually.
We had breakfast at Chick-fil-A, and it didn't agree with me. So for the first like 5 hours, 6 hours, I was having stomach issues, and I didn't want to leave the park, but I had to do something. So I went to first aid, and I was like, let me just ask. Maybe they have something, and they did. Yeah.
Ooh, nice. Yeah, that's good. And especially make sure to take point, because I didn't do this before, and I should have, and it's actually a good idea. When you get the map, I mean, you can on the app, but honestly, get the map. Locate where the first aid stations are. You can get in there to like cool off, ice water. Of course, you can cool off in any of the other areas, and you can get water from anywhere in the park. But knowing where the first aid stations is also extremely helpful. So to kind of find those out. Talked about gear up with accessories. Time your indoor shows from 12 to 4 p.m. You usually want to do this if there's a covered area to wait. Like the land pavilion is a great place to wait, because it's all enclosed. That's in there. Also, the Living Seas, you can go in the back entrance where the gift shop is. A lot of people don't know this. You don't have to go through the attendance queue. Just go in the back where the gift shop is. Go in the doors there. Boom. That's where like tanks are. Observations are great places to go and cool off in there. Because the attractions, depending on how long it is, you may be in an outdoor queue, and you don't want to be in an outdoor queue during that time period. Take a midday break. Yeah, I highly recommend this. Some days you're just going to have to just scrap your plans and everybody just go back to the hotel. Yeah. It's amazing the difference. Going back to the hotel, having a nap, or going swimming will do. For the movie party, especially if you have little ones. You're only doing half as much, half as fast. Don't be surprised if by noon they're like done. My child was weird. She wanted to keep going, but when they're really young and it's time for them to take a nap, they will shut everything down before you take them to go take a nap. So make sure you plan those in there as well. And we talked about the clothes: loose, lightweight, light colored wicking clothes. I'd say light colored, but if you've got like the SPF clothes, and you've got like the Under Armour, that stuff, you can wear the dark colors because it's got the SPF in it and moisture wicking and all of that.
Check out Home Depot and Lowe's. They have they've got the UV protected wicking shirts.
Oh, because people probably like working outside.
Yeah, like construction workers. Yeah. They got the long sleeves, the short sleeves. Yeah, we were kind of taken back that, oh, look, Home Depot started selling clothes. And I realized, wait a second, it's not just clothes. This is basically for people that are working outdoors, construction workers. I'm like, that makes sense.
Mm-hmm. And if you want to, in addition to that, if you want to customize your stuff, get some sew-on Velcro and make like your own interchangeable patches or something like that to like go on your arms or stuff like that, like the so and so family or whatever, or most fiscally irresponsible day ever. It doesn't matter. it doesn't matter. There's a way to do that and put it, on your moisture wicking clothes. So Velcro, make up, your own or whatever you want to do. You can do it that way because matching t-shirts looks fun, but sucks when it's stuck to your skin. Just
yeah,
miserable. You don't freaking want that. So yeah, just to wrap up, enjoy. Don't regret your Central Florida vacation. Yes, I did use AI for generation of these, but all the information and the inputs is from me because funny story, I generated this first and it put bootleg Mickey in the enjoyable path. And then when I told the AI to strip this extra Central Florida, which I did not tell it to do, claimed it couldn't re-render the image due to copyright.
It's interesting. ChatGPT, if I enter words like Disney or Universal, it won't render the image. But if I just say Florida theme parks, it will render actual images. Like you'll see Spaceship Earth and the Universal logo and Cinderella's castle. It's the strangest thing. So I kind of accidentally found a workaround. But look at my thumbnails from like the last 2 weeks. Yeah, I was like, okay, I found a workaround. Just don't use the words Disney and Universal because I think it flags it as copyright. But if you just use a generic wording like Florida theme parks, yeah, it's crazy.
And that's exactly what I did with this one. And it would have passed if I didn't notice. I'm like, hey, I didn't say replete Central Florida twice, you stupid. Do it again. I can't do that due to third-party restriction. I'm like, I didn't tell you to put bootleg Mickey in there. Probably got slapped like bad AI. No more RAM for you. But this is kind of illustrates the difference. The enjoyable path, you plan ahead, you take breaks, you pack light, because yes, you can wash your clothes at the resort. Bring those like detergent packs. Yeah, bring those. Works perfectly. We used to do that, take the day off where we sleep in, do laundry, go to the pool, while we do the laundry. Yep. My favorite place to do laundry in the parks is over in the cars section at Art of Animation because it looks like the Cozy Cone Resort. And the wash where you wash the clothes in the vending machine looks like the gift shop. You would not know in there.
That's true.
That's old school Imagineering. You just wouldn't know. And the pool there, it's a quiet pool, so it looks like the Cozy Cone that's like in there. So you can
that was the pool where I did my final test as a lifeguard.
Oh yeah.
To pass.
Oh wow.
Yeah. I
almost didn't pass, but there's.
Oh, I know. I'd fail hands down. There ain't no way.
No, it was.
They'll be digging me out of the pool.
They have these things that look like giant flat Stanleys, and they'll tell you to like turn around, and then they laid one down somewhere in the pool, and you have to find it and rescue it. Like that's how they're testing you, right? So it was in the Cozy Cone pool. And I was at the lifeguard stand, and they laid this thing down on the stairs to my right, way at the other end, and I could hardly see it. But I was able to get it like at the last second, so I found it. But I know the pool really, really well, and I know a lot. I know all those pools well at the Art of Animation and Pop Century and Riviera and Caribbean Beach. I know lifeguard. It was. A thing.
Yeah, I've heard that training is rough. I wouldn't pass the training. No way.
So when you train to be a lifeguard, the first thing they do, and like literally people quit after this, or even people will quit during this. The first thing that they do is they show you a video, and it's incredibly uncomfortable because It is a video that is allowed to be used by the association, Green, whatever, Red Cross, Green Cross. I can't remember the name of the association that trains you. Anyway, that they're allowed to use this video because the family said afterwards that they wanted it to be known so that this doesn't happen to anybody else. They lost like their 11-year-old child or something like that to a drowning, and they show you the whole thing. They show you what happened. They show you how the lifeguards failed to recognize what was going on. They show you them pulling this kid's body out of the water. They show you everything, and like he passes on camera and you see it. And so there are literally, like, you're watching this and they warn you before you watch it. But I want to say that there were probably 3 people that walked out of the class when I was going through that and said, nope, I'm done. I'm out. I'm not going to deal with that.
No, that's the reality of the job, though. I mean, drownings happen very frequently in Florida. It's not just the theme parks, backyard pools. It's a tragic thing. And you see commercials on it on TV in Florida telling parents to be aware.
The reason they do it is they are thorough. So I will say this, having been trained as a lifeguard at Disney, I will tell you, I 100% trust the lifeguards if I ever go to the pools at Disney, because I know their training. I know what they went through. They had to go through the same thing I went through, and they have to make it to the other side. So I would say 95% of the lifeguards I trust. There's still 5% that made it through. I don't know how.
They're really good. They'll like switch because it is a vigilance activity, so they will switch off a lot. And usually at the pools, I've never seen any less than 3 lifeguards. Some that are in the chairs, others that are constantly
roving.
Walking around.
I hated roving, but that's
I appreciated it because I had my 2 nieces and nephews in the big blue pool at the Art of Animation, and they were constantly moving around because they can't sit still. They're like freaking sharks. And it's almost because they were talking to some of the lifeguards, so they were kind of keeping eyes on them at the same time, which is really cool. But so
you'll notice when you talk to a lifeguard at the pools at Disney, they'll talk to you, but they won't make eye contact with you.
Because they have. I try not to talk to them because I know they're on duty and they're trying to pay attention to their job. I'd rather them do that than talk to me.
Yeah, so I've seen that a lot. But also stay hydrated, cooling tools, most comfortable, moisture wicking. Keep that in mind. Every gadget that you can think of to bring to keep your family cool, you want to do it, especially for the little ones, because they will suffer heat exhaustion symptoms faster than adults. So you really, 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 really have to keep an eye on them. You'll see people with strollers. They've got fans clipped to the stroller, on their kids, neck fans, all that cool stuff. You need to have that. You don't want to be miserable, overworking, ignoring the heat, wearing new uncomfortable shoes, being a theme park commando and not knowing when to let your troops rest. That's important. Neglecting your footwear, blisters, pain, athlete's foot. You don't want to do that. So you want to keep these points in mind when you're out there at the parks, or not even in the parks, just Florida in general, because the heat is absolutely no joke down here. Like I said, the Australians, I do not need to tell y'all this. You guys all know this. If you think I'm making it up about Florida, go watch some of the PSAs in Australia about the sun and sun protection. I think they have this campaign, which is, slip sunscreen on, slap a hat on, put your, sunglasses on.
Make sure you're protected down under.
Yeah.
Check Bluey, because they do the same thing. But before I wrap up again, I just want to show you guys, this is 6pm.com. And these are the Crocs prices. $19, $14, $26. Ooh, Hello Kitty.
Are those Cat in the Hat or Hello Kitty?
Hello Kitty.
What?
They have the Hello Kitty clog Croc that I almost bought. This is 20. Yeah, they're cleaning this out. This is 20. Yeah, see, it's like the sizes, they go fast. It's like you literally, you have to stalk the site every day, like for stuff. Here's the flip flops. I love these. I have a pair like these from Crocs. They're the flip flops, all terrain clogs. You can get the gibbets. You can get all the flair to stick on it. See, they're the Disney gibbets characters. You can get not that's not very much of a sale, but you can buy them there. More gibbets, holiday packs. So you see, it's like all of this stuff that you could see that's there if you're looking for. Let's see. We'll say moisture wicking shirt. So they have a couple of that are down here. Some of them that are dress shirts. Some of them that are golf shirts. All that, like you can see all of this stuff here. This is one of the best sites to go to, like to shop. Again, it's on clearance, so if you see it, you need to snag it. But it's a reputable site. You can grab stuff like that. You want to make sure that you go. Yes, Sunbread, they have Hello Kitty Crocs. I almost bought
Go
one.
to their clearance section.
Heel. Oh yeah, the
that clearance. That's where I was at, and they had New Balance sneakers for $30, and I was like, "What?" And New Balance is a good brand for folks that have flat feet.
Yes, New Balance. My favorite is Skechers.
Yeah, that's been my go-to brand for the last 10, 15 years now.
I love
I haven't owned New Balance in forever.
Yeah. Just again, like I said, I love 6pm.com. You can get cheap stuff that's there. You want to get all of this equipment before you wind up in Central Florida. But if you're in Central Florida and you got to get stuff, Target pickup or delivery, Walmart pickup or delivery, you can get stuff shipped to your hotel room actually in advance, as well. They'll hold it at Bell Services for you until you get there. So you guys let us know in the comments, what are some of your tips and tricks to beat the Florida heat? What do you think of some of these tips and tricks that we gave you? We would love to hear from all of you. So to wrap up, go around and shout out our channels. Erica, where can people find you and what do you have coming up, my dear?
Yeah, so we are streaming on Fridays at 5 p.m. Mountain Time, which is 7 p.m. Eastern. We had to change our time because we're in a different time zone and work around Raf's work schedule. And we don't really cover any specific niche topics. It's just hanging out with friends, very casual, informal, freestyle conversation. It's just hanging out. And that's pretty much all we have going on. I would like to start a second stream. I have a poll on my channel, just putting feelers out. We'll see. Yeah, it is a lot, even starting a second stream, because I also have a lot of household things in the coming weeks. That's going to tie me up big time with fetching cars across Texas and our household goods getting here from Germany. So I might be getting ahead of myself. I might be putting too much on my plate too soon, just thinking ahead.
Well, of course, everyone's going to be here for you. So folks, make sure you subscribe to Erica. My mod will go and show you beat me to it. Put the link in the chat, but I will have the link to her channel in the description box of this live stream at the end of the stream. Ron, what do you have going on to let people know about, and where can they find you, my dear?
Nothing. Ain't nothing. Just no.
You got nothing? You got
we have
nothing?
the dish. We do the dish, which is just sitting around dishing about pop culture. And usually, so there is a focus actually on the dish. We do Mondays at 2 p.m., Tuesdays at 3 p.m., and Wednesdays at 4 p.m. Mondays, our focus is the weekend box office and a recap of how that's going. And then how that relates as things are coming up. And sometimes we, of course, relate to things that happen in the movies to things that happen in the theme parks, because it's all kind of one now. It's all meshed with all that IP everywhere. And then you have Tuesdays will focus more on stuff that's going on in the theme parks and travel, and Wednesdays is kind of a mix of both, kind of, and it can also depend on which panelists I show, because Eric is panelist sometimes, and had you on the show before, and who knows who may show up. And then sometimes my wife and I will stream at 5 o'clock on Sundays, 5 p.m. on Sundays, just a show between ourselves. And so that, and then I just put out a video on the 5 attractions and rides that I'm sure Disney regrets getting rid of at Disney World. So go check that out, as well as the other supplement videos on the channel.
All right. Well, folks, make sure you check out Ron's channel. Follow Bradley's Fun. As for your girl, my streaming schedule is gonna be a little weird, ad hoc, for those who know and those who don't know. Your girl is going back to school like Rodney Dangerfield. And I'm starting classes actually Monday. We're starting classes.
Oh, wow.
I'm actually going back to school to pursue a bachelor's in nursing, since apparently IT and nursing together, job prospects are actually much better, because the IT industry is a hot mess because of AI, and people think that AI can solve everything, and it doesn't, and they refuse to figure that part out. But either way, said screw that. So now I'm back in school, and summer classes, they're accelerated. So just again, to stay subscribed. I will stream when I can. I'll definitely be back into more of a streaming regularity after summer classes are over, and then we kind of that lull, then go into fall. But yeah, so that's what's gonna be going on. I'm not gonna be Nurse Ratched. I keep picturing the Joker with the nurse costume. Well, either way, I'm looking forward to it, and definitely gonna be channeling Rodney Dangerfield, because going back to college now, I'm just like, what the heck do you mean I have to take a placement test for reading and writing? You do know I already have 2 college degrees. Why the heck do I have to take the placement test again? Okay, the thing is, you're pretty much just gonna blow the placement test away, but we gotta have you take it for reasons. I'm like, okay, great. But since I took calculus, I don't have to take the math, and actually got out of math, so that actually worked. But I'm just like, I gotta freaking do what now? Get out of here.
I always thought you could opt out of
the
remedials.
No, they
depend on the school, I guess.
They test you if you haven't gone to high school in Florida, in the state of Florida. You have to take this placement test.
Oh, if you haven't been in so long. What about your age and adult life experience? That no longer counts as anything anymore?
No, it's weird, because I'm like, well, why is it I don't have to take? Well, they told me that because math is quantitative, it's like it's either there or it's not, so they could give me credit for that. But they said due to your transcripts, you couldn't exactly quantitate if you had reading or writing. I'm like, oh, so English comp didn't count when I took it at UCF? That doesn't count? You gotta be freaking kidding me. Yeah, anyway, so yeah, I saw the sample test. It's nothing. I'll just blow through it. But I'm just like, the simple fact that I have to freaking sit there and take it.
Yeah.
Not thrilled. But my classes for the summer: Introduction to Literature and History before 1877 in the United States. I'm going to be such a pain in the ass.
I'm looking forward to those stories. You'll be the one in the front row. Can I add to that?
I'll be like Hermione Granger. Anybody else? Me. Yeah, maybe I'll do that. I'll have a stream where I'll catch you guys up on exactly what I'm doing in class that week and who pissed me off and why, why the professors are like anybody but her right now. Oh, thank you. I'm actually gonna put up a wish list probably on Throne about stuff for college classes because I haven't been. Oh God, I don't want to mention how long it's been since I've been back in college. But literally, I mean, I love the movie Back to School. That's one of my favorites. But I went back and watched it. And I'm like, yeah, no wonder Rodney Dangerfield was the way that he was. Yeah,
You'll get no respect.
Amazing. No respect. No respect. What do you mean? There's Grubhub on camp? Wait, you have a Starbucks on campus?
Oh, jeez.
You've got to be freaking kidding. Okay, I don't want to do the back in my day thing. You are welcome, Steel Leg of History. So glad to see you, my dear. Thanks for always being there. Seeing my family really helped me. Just got back late on Sunday night. Blast. Well, so glad you're back. Thank you so much for supporting Steel Leg of History. If you are interested in what I thought about the Summer Games Fest, I have got the stream up on my channel. It was fun to be a quote-unquote official co-streamer, but am realizing all these games and I'm not going to have enough time to play them even if I wanted to. So check that out. Tomorrow, of course, is going to be Welcome to Florida. I have no idea what the topic is going to be, but probably a lot of body cam video because we always love the body cam video on the Welcome to Florida show. It's too much fun. Too much fun. Not doing, stumps up because we did that last week. The lady who got busted supposedly. Oh, you didn't know about this, Ron? Okay, so Palm Beach County represent. Okay, so apparently they had, one of those enforcement operations where they're like trying to stop people who were texting and driving and all that. Okay, so the cop pulls this lady over, tells her, we're doing, this enforcement for distracted driving. And I saw you looking at your phone in your right hand. She's like, this hand? She has no hand. She has a stump.
Yeah.
And you would think that the police officer would say, okay, my mistake. There's no logical way that she could hold a cell phone. Oh no, he clung to that. He was like, well, I saw you looking down and you're distracted. She's like, no, I physically cannot hold one. He's like, you swear you weren't doing it. He said, hand to God. She's like, yep, hand to God. And she holds up her stump. But the cop gave her a ticket.
Yeah, he still doubled down and gave it to her. It was ridiculous. But this video, his body camera footage has gone so viral. And the charges were dropped. But he has gotten his rear end handed to him online. Like, oh my gosh. I have a feeling his leadership had a few choice words for him too.
Yeah, he totally did. Totally did. Well, let's wrap up. But before we do that, because I actually do read the chat, I may not respond to everything, but I do read the chat. So let's see. About today, remind me, I'm forgetting the exact thing about today. Let's see. Can you do me a favor? Not that I've forgotten, but I have a ton of things going on. Please remind me about today. I know I saw something about Band of Brothers.
About what brothers?
About Band of Brothers. Do me a quick favor.
Which chat?
I'm going to see. Well, Wild Man of Yabbit, it looks like you were on Ron's channel.
D-Day?
About D-Day. Okay.
It's D-Day. Okay. I mean, it's the anniversary of D-Day today.
Anniversary of D-Day. Okay. All right.
Yeah,
so I will bring this up. It's not that I really do not care about today. My grandfather actually fought in World War II. Were it not for D-Day, everyone on his battleship and several other battleships and across the Atlantic would not have been able to make landfall in Europe. So, not only do I know about D-Day, I know about my grandfather participating after D-Day to be able to land in Europe, and several other people who I know as well. And actually, I wound up meeting a survivor from Omaha Beach, and I will never forget this. I was actually in a dentist's office praying to see the dentist because because I had an infected tooth. Saw an Time magazine, never forget this. They had this special about, I believe, the 50th anniversary of D-Day. I think it was like an older Time magazine. But I'm a nut about World War II history, so I had to pick it up and read it. So I'm reading through the whole thing where they explain the whole operation, which beach was where, which intel they had for where. I was completely fascinated reading this because my grandfather would tell me all these stories about what happened on D-Day. So this older gentleman comes up and he's like, I noticed you're like engrossed in this article. I'm like, yeah, it's about, the operation, for D-Day. And I'm like, Gen X, we love freaking visual aids, man. So it looked perfect. I'm reading this. And he tells me, he says, I was actually one of the soldiers who were at Omaha Beach. And I'm like, wow, thank you for that. Because if it wasn't for you and other soldiers like you, people like my grandfather who were waiting on those battleships would not have been able to storm Europe. So I always make it a point to celebrate, especially from World War II. So some anniversaries may go past me because a lot of life that's going on. But when I see them, I remember them. It is a modern miracle in God's providence that D-Day popped off the way that it did. And this is something that no one should ever forget. Even if you recreated Call of Duty World at War, I think I had some friends who would play that, and they had like grandparents and like great uncles who were D-Day, and they're just like, yeah, they're like, yeah, that's like crazy accurate what they would talk about. So yeah. Morning of June 6, 1944, American troops and their allied forces landed on the beaches of Normandy, France, in an invasion codenamed Operation Overlord during World War II, which began the liberation of France and ultimately other areas of Europe from Hitler's Nazi regime. This day known as D-Day and the strategically planned landing of 156,000 British, Canadian, and American troops at 6:30 a.m. on one of the 5 beaches of Normandy was codenamed Operation Neptune. There is a movie out now called Pressure that I have made it a point to go and see it.
Yeah, I saw that in our theater. I haven't seen the movie, but I saw an ad for it.
They had to base it on the projected weather report. They had to do it that day or it was not going to work. So I made a note that I had to go and see Pressure. This is the days before GPS. This is the days before cellular phones. This is the day before internet. All of that. The fact that they managed to do that. So I highly suggest going to see the movie Pressure. And if you don't see the movie Pressure, go watch Saving Private Ryan. And some animated movie, the one with the birds in it, I'm forgetting what the heck that was. I think it was a Disney movie. That was actually linked to D-Day. Actually, I'm not going to spoil the end of the movie, but there is a link to D-Day in that movie. And dang it, if I can't remember what the heck it.
Pressure's the one with Brendan Fraser, right? And
yes.
What's the guy's name from Smallville? I think he's in it.
Dang it. I can't remember
Clark
the name.
Kent, Superman. It just
the recent one?
what is his name?
Tyler Hoechlin?
I'm trying to see.
Or
No,
Brandon Roots?
the other. No. Before Smallville, this is the guy that played.
Yeah.
What is his name? I can't think of it.
I can't remember that one. Band of Brothers. That was the HBO series, which I did not get a chance to watch. My American grandfather met my Swiss grandma in Paris after he fought in World War One. Yes, that's what happened with a lot of people. You had a lot of war brides that would come back. My grandfather was both in the Pacific and World War II. Yeah, my great uncle, my grandfather's brother, was in the Pacific Theater. And they were actually going to send my grandfather to the Pacific Theater. But you know what stopped them from getting sent to the Pacific Theater? The atom bomb that they dropped on Hiroshima and then Nagasaki. Yeah. So anytime some people try to say that, I know this is a little long, but I think it's important that people know that. Anytime people try to say that we should not have dropped bombs on Hiroshima and Nagasaki, one, you greatly underestimate the dedication of the Japanese soldiers to the Emperor of Japan.
Mm-hmm.
They were willing to die. When I say that, seriously, they were willing to die. And the only reason they dropped the bomb first on Hiroshima, and then that didn't work, and they dropped the bomb on Nagasaki, that wasn't going to stop them either. But then they heard the voice of the Emperor, which no one had ever heard, on Japanese radio, saying that they were surrendering to the Americans. That is actually what saved, I don't know how many American lives. They had to make that decision. Drop this weapon of mass destruction or suffer 3 to 4 times the amount of casualties in the Pacific Theater. No one really wanted to go to Pacific Theater because that was an absolute meat grinder. Yep. Thank you. Again, watch Back to School with oh my gosh. He went nuts to his teacher. Where he was telling him what happened about Korea. I'm like, yeah, he was actually right with that. Yeah. World War II history is, I want to say, my second most deepest history in interest outside of the American Revolutionary War, just because relatives who were in it and real stories that they would tell me, including the story about my grandfather. Of course, they were in a segregated regiment because it was segregated back then. They had 2 dogs, one named Hitler and one named Mussolini. Yeah, that's what the dog's names were. And it was on purpose. But anyway, D-Day, check it out, find out about it. Go see Pressure if you can go and see it. If not, go see Saving Private Ryan. Go and check that out as well. I wish I could remember the Disney movie with the birds in it, but you can look it up. It's actually pretty funny. Oh my gosh, who? I'm drawing a blank. Who was Obi-Wan Kenobi in the prequels?
Oh, Ewan McGregor?
Ewan McGregor, yes. Ewan McGregor's voice is in that movie. And it's actually really cute. It's about birds, how they used to use carrier pigeons in the war. And basically you had the humans signing up for the war effort, but you also had these carrier pigeons that were trying out for the war effort. And it was actually, it wasn't Rescuers Down Under. This is driving me crazy. I can't remember the name of the movie, but you can look it up on no, it wasn't the Rescuers. It wasn't the Rescuers. It was funny as hell too. I can't remember exactly what it is, but just look up Disney, Ewan McGregor, and should be able to find it. I swear I can't remember the name of this. And I used to watch it. Oh, Valiant. That's what it was called. That's what it was called. It was called, I'm going to show you guys because honestly, this is a good one where you can watch it with your kids. It won't freak them out, but they'll actually learn about World War II. I kid you not. This movie, I watched it over and over and over again with Camera Girl. Like literally the line, keep flying, boys. Pretty soon we'll see the white cliffs of Dover. I don't know what that means. But anyway, yeah. World War II, the Royal Homing Pigeon Service.
Valiant.
Tim Curry is in this. I forgot about Tim Curry. Tim Curry is in this movie. This is actually a really good. It's a really cute movie. So
Ricky Gervais.
Yeah. Ricky Gervais is in it. Yeah, it's a cool flick. Again, people who the producer of Shrek and Shrek 2 actually made this one, Valiant. It's really, really good. It's cool. The kids will enjoy it. The kids will actually learn something. Again, the ending of the movie is tied into D-Day. So, you heard it from me. Check that movie out. It's a lot of fun. All right, folks, let's go ahead and wrap up. Thank you guys so much for checking this out. Make sure you subscribe to everyone on the panel. And of course, we will see you all next time. Bye.